SpaceX has officially filed for what could become the largest IPO in history, marking the start of what many expect to be a blockbuster year for public listings. Elon Musk's company, spanning rockets, satellites, and artificial intelligence, filed its long-awaited prospectus with US regulators on Wednesday, giving investors their clearest look yet at the company's finances, Musk's grip on the business, and the enormous ambitions driving its valuation. SpaceX plans to list on the Nasdaq under the ticker SPCX, with the offering expected to be led by several of Wall Street's biggest banks. While the filing didn't disclose the final size of the IPO or the valuation target, market expectations are for the company to raise around $75 billion at a valuation approaching $1.75 trillion, potentially making it one of the most valuable publicly traded companies in the world from day one. The financial details show a company still growing rapidly, but also one that remains deeply unprofitable. According to the filing, revenue rose 15.4% in the first quarter to $4.7 billion. However, the company also posted an operating loss of $1.9 billion during the same period. The numbers highlight a widening divide within the business. Starlink, the group's satellite internet division, has become the clear financial engine of the company, with operating income surging 120% year-on-year as subscriber growth accelerates globally. By contrast, the AI division remains loss-making, while the core space transportation business, despite dominating rocket launches from NASA and the Pentagon, is also still operating at a loss. And yet investors are not just buying current earnings, they're buying into Musk's vision. Now that vision stretches far beyond rockets and satellites. SpaceX says its long-term ambitions include establishing a self-sustaining human settlement on Mars with at least 1 million inhabitants. The company is also pursuing plans for data centers in orbit, a concept that sounds futuristic even by Silicon Valley standards. Now, the filing makes clear that these projects remain hugely speculative. Among the lengthy list of risk factors, the company warns about potential collisions between satellites and space debris, regulatory obstacles, intense competition for AI talent, and the technical complexity involved in the missions to Mars. SpaceX also acknowledged that some of these projects may never commercially be viable. Now, another major focus for investors will be governance. The filing further cements Elon Musk's control over the company. His special class of shares currently give him roughly 85% of the voting power at SpaceX, meaning outside shareholders will have limited influence over strategic decisions after the IPO. Now, that concentration of power could become increasingly controversial given Musk's list of commitments, including leadership roles at Tesla. The key question for markets now is whether investors are willing to support a valuation approaching $2 trillion, despite financial disclosures that remain relatively modest compared with established tech giants. On the one hand, supporters argue that SpaceX is building the infrastructure of the future, spanning communications, defense, artificial intelligence, and space exploration. However, on the other hand, critics counter that investors may be assigning trillions of dollar valuation to ambitions that are still years, if not decades, away from generating any meaningful profits. Either way, the SpaceX IPO is shaping up to be far more than just another market debut. It's becoming a referendum on whether investors still believe that massive future vision deserve massive valuations. For more videos like this, please do like and subscribe.